Sticky Fishy Fishing.
Yo, what up guys? This is Sticky Fishy Fishing. I've had a few people asking me about how I got my kayak set up, and since we're in quarantine and we can't go fishing, I thought I'd set it up in the backyard and give you a quick run through how I got my kayak set up. Alright, let's check it out. Alright guys, here's my kayak here. I'll go through a few of the specs. It's a kayak to fish, next gen 10. The material is HDPE, max weight capacity 175 kilos. Max user weight 130 kilos, hull weight is 23 kilos, hull plus fixture weight is 27 kilos. I say that's with all the stuff in it, the chair, paddle and all that kind of stuff. And then the length is 301 centimeters, the width is 78 centimeters and the height is 33 centimeters. I'll leave a list of the specs at the end of the video so you can check it out anyway. Alright guys, when you get the kayak, it comes with the seat, a high-rise seat, you get a paddle with it, and you get a rod holder there which you can change into the different holes wherever you want to put it. That just slides in and out, and it also comes with a mount where you can put it on the rail there and it slides up and down the rail if you want to, which is quite good. They've got a couple of rod holders in the back as well, one each side, and you got these caps here and that just closes over. You just flip it out, put your rods in there. So it's got a rod holder each side and plus that one in the middle that I showed you earlier. And I just made these up just out of some clips. Clip on there, bit of rope, and then I just got some little Shimano straps on there. So then when I got my rod in the holder there, I just whack that around my rod. So if they fall into the water, you're not going to lose your rod. Just made them up. You don't want to lose your gear out of your kayak. And also comes with this storage box here. Just there, you got a drink holder, and in there, storage compartment. I put all my tackle in there. You never take much tackle out in the kayak, so you can fit all your tackle in there, what you need. And then you just put that down, and it's got a couple of straps. You just strap that over. Just like that, and you don't have to worry about losing your gear, which is good. So you can just put all your gear in there. And up here in the front little storage bit, it's just got this net on here. So if you put stuff in there, it might get wet. It would have been better if it had a hard hatch on the front, but I don't put stuff in there anyway. I only just got that battery box. Like I said, I can fit all my tackle in there. And if I take a bag to put fish in or anything, I just whack it over on the back behind the battery. And the seats are good in these because they're quite comfortable and you're sitting up high. You don't get a sore back like some of the other kayaks where you're actually sitting down in it. So they're pretty good. And the seat just slips in there, just like that. And they've got a little tag down in here. Just there's a little clip, and you just put it over the seat, and it just clips onto the back there, and that helps hold it in. It's got one each side, and you can adjust the seat for how far forward and back you want it as well. It's got a rudder here on the back, and it's got a little tag here, so when you're sitting on the kayak, you just pull that rope and deploys the rudder over so you can use it for steering. That's what the foot pedal's there for, so you can steer while you're paddling left and right. It helps you hold straight in the current, and you can also adjust them there. It's got holes to adjust for your feet, for how long your legs are, which helps. I'll show you how to deploy the rudder. Alright, what you do, you just pull this string and the rudder goes down. Once it deploys, just pull it up here, and it's got a little lock in here, and you just lock the rope in there, and that just holds it down. And then when you want to let go of it, you go like that, and usually you let go and it springs back up itself. It usually springs back up itself, but I snapped the spring in mine. I hit a bank and I forgot that I had it down when I was paddling, so make sure you always put the rudder back up before you paddle into too shallow of water. So that's just the basic kayak, and the extras I put in it myself. I just put that Garmin Striker Plus 4 sounder in it. Good little sounder. You can pick them up for around $200. They're colour, and they got GPS in them too if you want to mark a spot, which ain't too bad. And I just got me battery up here in this storage bit. Just got a box there, and I just got a little battery inside there to run the sounder off. There's the battery I use there, just a little Century battery. Works well. You can use that for ages with the sounder. It doesn't draw much power, it lasts as ages. So you can do a few trips before you have to recharge it, but it doesn't take long to recharge it. And I just got a couple of clips here on the battery. Then I just clip the sounder into that. I just got those little attachments there, which just plugs in. And then I just got a hole in the front of the box here, and I just run that out there to power into the back of the sounder, and that stays secure and stops it from getting wet. Very rarely you're going to get water through that little hole. And then the other one, that's a transducer. The transducer runs down through there, and they got a plate on the bottom of the kayak where you can undo it and put your transducer in there, so it doesn't get hit on the bottom, and it makes it read a lot better as well. I'll show you that now. Here's the plate here on the bottom where you put your transducer. It's just got 4 screws. Just undo the screws, put it in there, comes through the top where I showed you, and you sit it in there. And I've just got a couple of cable ties around my transducer there just to hold it so it sits flat inside there, and then it just reads straight through the bottom, which is good. You don't have to worry about it hitting on the bottom then and getting snapped off, and you can just leave it there all the time. It's pretty good having that on there. It's not a bad idea at all. And I also got a little electric motor on the back. It helps so you don't have to paddle as much, and you can also troll. If you want to go a bit further out of paddling distance, you just whack that on. You can just cruise along comfortably. This one is Clearwater 18-pound Marine. I think this is just a cheap electric motor. I actually got this off my uncle. He gave it to me to use. But if you got electric motor for one of these, I'd probably recommend to go up to a 24-pound and probably get a Water Snake. They're a bit better brand. They'll probably go a bit better as well. And this one here is just a 2-speed. It's got low speed and high speed, forward and reverse. On low speed, it probably does about 2 knots. And on high speed, you get about 4 to 4.5 knots. Depends what the current's like. If you're going with the current, you'll get just over 4. And against the current, anywhere from 3.5 to 4. Which is just a nice cruising speed. And I just got it set up here on a electric motor mount. I actually made this mount myself. It's just an aluminium bar that runs across, and I've got a plate here, and there's a couple of screw holes here in the kayak, and you just screw it into there. Yeah, I just made this one up myself with a bit of chopping board, a bit of pole, and a bit of square aluminium tube. But at Kayak Setup, where you get these kayaks, you can actually buy the proper mounts, which would be a lot better. But I just thought I'd make this one up because it was cheap. So yeah, it's good to have electric motor on there. And then I just got a battery box here in the back. I just put my battery inside there with a strap here. And I've got a strap there, and when I put my battery in there, I just put the strap around the whole box and around the pole, and that helps it stay in there so it doesn't slide around much. But with that much weight, it doesn't slide around that much at all. And on the end of the electric motors, they just come with clips like this, and you just clip it onto your battery, which is pretty good. I don't have my battery in there now at the moment because too much weight on these wheels is not good. These trolley wheels here, I bought, you can buy at Kayak Setup separate, but they're not very strong. They're pretty weak. I actually snapped them bars there because I had the weight of my battery in the back, and I pulled it up a hill, and it got caught in a hole, one of the wheels, and one of the bars snapped. So they don't like to have too much weight in them, the wheels. You sort of want to wheel your kayak down and then put your battery in. But if you've got a smaller battery, you should be right, because the battery I run in it is this battery here, and it's huge. This is a 105 amp hour battery, deep cycle. This is the one that I use in my boat on my 55-pound Minn Kota iPilot. So You don't really need a battery that big, but since I've already got a battery, I just use that, and I can run all day with that little electric motor and come back and this battery hasn't even used a quarter. Lasts ages. And there's the box for the sounder that I got. Just the Garmin Striker Plus 4. Not a bad little sounder. So that's about it, guys. There's not much to a kayak, but they're not a bad kayak. They're good kayaks for their money. They're very, very stable. There's a fella that does a video on how stable they are on YouTube. I'll leave the link to it in the description so you can check it out. You'll be surprised how stable they are. You'd never flip one. Like, they're very, very stable. They paddle well. So they're a good kayak for their money. This is the Kayak to Fish Next Gen 10, but now they've got a Mark II one out now, which has got a few changes. They don't have those ribs in there anymore. It's just flat through there, so you can actually stand up. You can stand up in this kayak. I've never tried it, but yeah, the new one's got no ribs in there. It's just a flat floor, so you can stand up, and it's actually got a storage hatch in the back here now. They've just changed the back of it a little bit, and they're the new ones. You could probably still find one of these ones if you're lucky, but yeah, they got the new ones out now, the Next Gen 10 Mark II. Alright guys, there's my kayak setup. Just went through all the bits and pieces on it. If you have any more questions about the kayak, leave it in the comments below. Hopefully we'll be back out soon fishing. So if you like this video, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Sticky Fishy Fishing.